Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF race of the day for Saturday, March the 7th, race number 11 at Tampa Bay Downs. An all-important Kentucky Derby prep. It's the Grade 2 Lamb Home South Tampa Bay Derby. Let's take a look at this field of three-year-olds getting set to navigate a mile and a 16th. You can download free Formulator past performances for the Tampa Bay Derby on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us, chance at the 4, Sole Volante the 7. They're going to take the lion's share of the wagering.
Yeah, I think as they should. They're already relatively established already, but there's a lot of upside in this race.
And there's a lot of pace in this race, according to Timeform US, as we take a peek at the pace projector. The 11, King Guillermo, who has shown some speed on the turf, is expected to make the front. Stretch out sprinter Market Analysis. He's shown some sprint speed. He can make the lead. But Mike, if I'm Javier, I'm sending Texas Swing.
I mean, we'll see how I don't want to take a guess at how this race is going to be run early, Dan. There's a lot of lightly raced horses in here. It feels to me like anything can happen.
We do know that Sole Volante the 7 is probably going to be lingering near the back of the field. Let's start with the Pletcher train runner, the number 1 Texas Swing. Javier Castellano takes them out. First time 2 turns at Tampa Bay last time out. Todd has done this over the years. He ships horses to Tampa Bay to get the big confidence booster, as Texas Swing did in this maiden special weight. He got to the front, and he's getting away from the field.
Yeah, I mean, they just put him right on the lead in this race. He's the kind of horse who, you know, he's bred to stretch out. You just knew that he would probably take a step forward in his second career start around 2 turns, and I thought he did. He won this race easily. He never really faced a challenge. I don't know, Dan, overall, I liked this performance from him. He is bred to go long. He's a Curlin, his dam, 4 wins, all routing, a sister to Colonel John, a Travers winner. I mean, this horse wants distance. He got it last time, and now he gets a little more.
Just looks like he's slowly maturing as well. We'll see if he can deal with a faster pace than he's used to, but he's so lightly raced. I think the sky could be the limit. Bullet workout since his most recent start. The 2 is Spa City, another horse with a really beautiful pedigree. He's a foal to Sarah Street, who's Grade 2 placed going long. The Dam was a Grade 2 stakes winner, and Spa City has already won at a mile and an 1/8. Yeah. This is the maiden win at Gulfstream on February the 8th. Spa City showed some tactical speed in here. He is in front. Unrighteous, who is also in this race, is on the outside. It's a pretty good stretch battle, but Spa City just holds firm.
Yeah, he just keeps on through the stretch here, and he's going to deny this horse at the end. You can see how much distance they put on the rest of that field. This was a good effort for both of these horses. I respect the fact that Spa City, he's just improved with every race so far. You go back, he debuted in the same race, actually, with Texas Swing. They both needed that one, and they've both gotten better since.
A good trip could be coming, breaking from post position 2. If the pace is solid to fast, I think Daniel Centeno's just going to try to tuck in the second flight and save as much ground as possible. Relentless Dancer is the number 3. He is a stakes winner around 2 turns. He won the Louisiana Legacy Stakes at 7 furlongs at Delta Downs 2 back. Was he exposed last time out in the Holy Bull? I mean, he was facing arguably the division leader in 'Tis the Law, and next out Fountain of Youth winner Ete Indienne.
I mean, I guess you could say it was a tougher spot, but he didn't really do that much running in there. His 2 wins prior to that, he was pretty impressive in both of those races, but it just feels like these races might start getting a little bit tougher for him.
He has speed as well, and maybe Antonio Gallardo tries to get aggressive coming out of the gate with the 3, Relentless Dancer. The 4, Chance It, one of the horses to beat in this race. He was going to run in the Fountain of Youth. He drew an outside post position. They said, well, we don't want to deal with that. The Tampa Bay Derby's coming up. It is Plan B. I'm not sure I always love the Plan B route, but this horse has 4 90-plus Beyer speed figures already. He has already won around 2 turns, and he showed a lot of heart last time out in the Mucho Macho Man Stakes. Off the left, I like the trip he got. He was able to save ground while the 4 horse on the outside had to go 3 wide on the turn. He looks beat here, though, but he just refuses to lose.
It's a long battle for this horse. He kept coming back as seen on TV, though, and ultimately it'll be him who gets his nose down. A pretty good performance from him here. I think it's worth noting. You mentioned he's already won around 2 turns at a mile and a 16th. It is the only time recently when he didn't buy or 90. His figure did go down in that race, but he just makes a lot of sense in here.
Market Analysis, another son of Honor Code, $250,000 yearling purchase. Trained by Todd Pletcher, he beat 2 next out winners in his career debut, going a demanding 7 furlongs on January the 25th. We'll watch that race. Market analysis got right up close to the pace. He makes the lead into the stretch. And this is a good, solid performance for this horse because, again, these honor codes are going to do better with distance. The runner-up came back to win with an 88 buyer. We'll see him attachment rate in the Gotham.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, this was a fine debut. It's it's sort of becoming typical now of Pletcher first-time starters that they just don't break running from the gate. This horse did not break sharply, but he had the speed to get forward. He was always holding on at the end, even though attachment rate was pretty good. Was making a nice run at him through the stretch. I'll expect him to just keep getting better.
Momosa won around 2 turns most recently, but that race was over the polytrack surface at Turfway Park, and his buyer regressed 12 points despite being given blinkers for the first time. That being said, he is a son of Uncle Mo. He is trained by a really top horseman in Michael Maker. He just seems to have found a tough spot for his first start against winners, let alone in the graded stake.
Yeah, you like the intangibles, I guess, with him. It is interesting that Maker, picks this for his dirt debut, but boy, does he have to take a step forward.
Chance It beat Sole Volante, going a 1-turn mile, 2 starts back. I thought Sole Volante ran well that day to be third, and he certainly got a setup last time out in the Grade 3 Sam F. Davis. They were blazing in front of him. Luca Panici did everything right. He saved ground on the turn. He got to the outside in the 2-path. He got to the outside again. He's now looking Independence Hall in the eye. Independence Hall, one of the fastest 3-year-olds in the country, might have been softened up by being too close to that pace. Sole Volante finishes it off nicely. I think this horse has some ability.
I do too. I mean, he took advantage a little bit in this race to be sure, but look how far back the rest of that field was, and he ran down a real good horse in there in Independence Hall, I think. Every race he's run so far, Dan, he's run well in all of them. Turf, dirt, doesn't matter. He's going to have pace in this race too. I think he's the horse to beat.
I like Let Me Know's effort in the Ellis Park Juvenile. 3 starts back against Rowdy Yates. I know it wasn't a strong field, but he finished ahead of a couple of next out winners. And in the Iroquois, I was really curious to see what we were going to get. And at that point, Dennis's Moment was on fire, and Let Me Know just fell so far behind. I don't understand how he was 20 lengths out of it. And he did okay to make a run. Last time out, he ran against Governor Morris, who is one of Todd Pletcher's better 3-year-olds, and Untitled, who is going to be in the Gotham. And he's on the outside. It's his first race off the layoff. Ian Wilkes usually gives them races off the bench. I would expect this horse to be a lot tighter for this assignment. And listen, if the pace is fast, I could see this horse getting a piece with a late run. Yeah,
I wonder if he really wants to go long, because I really like his first 2 career starts. So we'll see, but I mean, talk about finding a tough 1X allowance race. Even there was, after a horse dropped his rider to start, only 4 in there, but talk about a tough spot. This might not even be that tough a race.
Unrighteous is the number 9. Todd's got a maiden in here. He's putting blinkers on. We saw him, just couldn't get past Spa City. Maybe Todd thinks it's a focus issue, or if he had the blinkers on, he would really have dug down a little bit more and gotten Spa City. And I like to see the horses come back with a bullet workout. I'm assuming he's been working bullets with blinkers leading up to this race. Unrighteous, obviously it's a big ask, but it is Todd at a price.
It is. He did run well last time. I don't like taking maidens in racing like this, but it's, Pletcher is going to pick this for his next start. It's interesting.
Bye Bye Melvin went gate to wire last time out on the turf. That probably is going to be his home down the road. The Dam Karlovy Vary won the Ashland, I think, but that was when it was over a synthetic surface. Bye Bye Melvin on turf's pretty good. Let's watch his race. First start against winners, went right to the front. He's 3-5. He's supposed to win. He digs down deep, and he does prevail. His start on dirt was okay at Keeneland. It was a race where I don't think it was a really strong field, and this is a big ask.
Yeah, I guess they're just taking a shot here. He does have a nice pedigree, but it is for turf, and I like him better on that surface.
King Guillermo has only raced once on the main track. It was his career debut going 5.5 furlongs, and he was one of 4 next out winners to emerge from that race. It was also bet down to 6-5. Someone thought he could run on dirt. Since then, he has been on turf. A winner on turf, stakes placed on turf, but no match for Sole Volante on turf. Sole Volante might be better on dirt.
That's all those things are true. I will say that in that pulpit, that was a pretty good pace going on in that race, and he was close to it while Sole Volante rallied into it. So he actually ran okay last time. I don't know if he's a dirt horse.
And he's got speed. Timeform US believes he can make the front. Another maiden completes this field, the 12. Tons of gold. Next mixture of stamina and speed in this pedigree is by Tonalist. Dam was grade 2 place sprinting. Blinkers are on. Beaten by attachment rate over a sloppy track last time out. Attachment rate again will be running in the Gotham. Kind of hard to project too much improvement. This is a 9th lifetime start.
Yeah, you got to think there's a maiden race out there for him somewhere.
There probably is. Let's see who we like in the Grade 2 Tampa Bay Derby. We think Sully Volante's going to go back-to-back in belly-to-belly from the Sam F. Davis. And if they go fast again, I don't see why not.
Yeah, that's kind of how I looked at it, too. I really tried to talk myself into putting Texas Swing on top. I'm interested to see how he runs, but I'll chalk it out.
And you're not a Chance-It guy at all.
Yeah, I'm not going to use Chance-It. I really don't think he wants to go this far, but we'll find out.
We're going to find out. That's a really interesting point. 7-1-5-2 for Mike, 7-4-9-2 for me. Grade 2 Tampa Bay Derby, your DRF race of the day. It has an approximate post of 5:32 Eastern. Good luck.